Hey guys, it's two girls, one cast. I'm Deliri,
And I'm Delulu.
and we're here to bring you a pretty steamy episode, not in the fun way.
We have some breaking news, well, okay, it's not breaking anymore. We have some progressing news. um I know I did talk about it in a solo episode as it broke. Um we are going to talk today about the Ethan Klein situation. I sent my dearest Deliri some files to look over, some materials, so she's caught up, some stuff that's been properly sourced and whatnot. As you guys know, I'm the researcher. It's me, Mario. Um, so, but no, I'll give you guys a breakdown, and I will give Deliri here like an official breakdown. So we're working lifetime together, my friends.
Yes,
Um,
I'm a student today.
Yes, live education. What you want to see, what you long for, baby.
Teach me. Teach me all you know, sensei.
So we have our lovely character in our girl world, in our internet world here. Um Ethan Klein. Recently he broke a story about streamer Destiny having explicit materials upon his computer files. Um, Forgive the dancing around the filter, guys. Excuse me. And in breaking that story, our dearest internet detectives out there, whoever you are on Reddit doing your sleuthing, our dearest internet detectives found some old Reddit material that traced back to Ethan Klein. He has now since confirmed that it is his old account from about 10 years ago. So he would have been 25 years old for context. Um, it is an account by the name of PDEO underscore troll. Um, and it is as the name sounds. It is an account essentially role playing as a PDF no file, type situation. Um, so sorry, it's gross, guys. Forewarning, trigger warning. It's gross. So excuse my getting tripped up on it. So even though the material is 10 years old and did happen before Ethan Klein was married, before Ethan Klein did have actual physical nephews and nieces, the material is quite disgusting. It's quite explicit. You guys can go and look at it yourself. I'm not going to put anything up here, so don't expect that. Um, if you guys just type it in, if you just type in Ethan Klein allegations, into Twitter, you will see. But the material is explicit. It's on top of it being minor involved, it is racially charged. Um, and just generally discussing gross stuff is the only way that I can put it.
Ooh, teacher, may I
Yes.
add something based
Oh,
on
go
what I
ahead.
saw?
Mm-hmm.
It also seemed to be family based in some instances as well, and I don't mean family friendly. I mean family not friendly.
Yeah, think of the West Virginia family type of stuff.
Think of
Um,
banjos.
yeah, guys, you know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a lot of it circled around that. A lot of it was based in just general taboo kind of subjects involving body fluids. um Now, there has been, of course, as I said, this story is developing. So as it does develop, I saw another YouTuber speak about this, a story that Paige Christie broke quite actually a couple of years ago. I know you know who Paige Christie is, the audience, guys, Paige Christie. but but she actually uncovered a very similar sounding name account that participated quite a lot with Ethan Klein's main account on his Reddit. And the account was also responsible for establishing the Reddit itself, the H3 Reddit. So, and when I say that this account and Ethan Klein's public account had quite a few going back and forth, I mean a lot. There are tons and tons of pages of messages. That's just public messages of them talking back and forth within the forum of H3. Um, so it is very suspicious. Do I believe that Ethan Klein would have other alt accounts? I mean, as somebody who's had multiple Twitter accounts, I think the most Twitter accounts I've ever had is like 8. I don't put it past him. He already had this alt account um even before it was confirmed that it was his. It was obviously his, but regardless, the naming scheme of this other account, the connection to H3's main Reddit, the connection to Ethan Klein directly, um it's definitely worrying because this we'll call it namesake account, this name twin account was banned from the Reddit as a moderator for participating in activities activities like when you brush a horse or when you send your dog to get a haircut. Any thoughts? I'm pausing for thoughts.
Um, all I'm gonna say, maybe this is dumb-ish behavior here, but that did not sound like what it was supposed to sound like. Or what I mean is like, again, maybe I'm just being dumb, but it sounds like you were heavily censoring yourself there.
Oh, what do
The
you need clarification on, Boo?
horse brushing and the dog haircuts because
Oh,
dogs
you.
don't get.
Oh, here. Hold on, guys. Let me dumb it down for you. You send your dog to the blankers.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that went way over my head.
Nah, you just needed me to walk you through it. That's fine. I got you. I got
So guys, before this episode, we talked about the censoring. She did warn me that she was going to heavily censor.
you. Yeah.
Apparently, I'm being really, really dumb tonight. I'm sorry. I'm the dumb one. Um,
You're delirious.
very delirious, very, very delirious
No,
tonight.
guys, unfortunately, I would love to talk about it more openly. Unfortunately, that's a lot of editing for me, and YouTube and the algorithm would prefer that we kind of do this dance around these words.
Well, then I better learn how to tango. So okay. My thoughts just on what I've seen, what you've
Mm,
shared. I mean, just in general, him trying to talk about how he was trolling and it's satire.
yes.
I love me dark humor. I love satire. I love some pretty twisted things when it's not hurting anybody, when it's not affecting anyone, when it's more self-based, right? Like we've
Yes.
talked about this, we can use dark humor in reference to ourselves to cope with things, but I mean,
If
like,
I make a joke, for example, about how I used to date 24-year-olds when I was 16, that is a funny joke because it's not hurting anyone. It's me centered, it's me focused. and it's funny because I'm making fun of myself a little bit here. But for me, example, for me to make like a mean like so let's say I make a mean spirited joke towards a member of the crowd, that may not go over so well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's definitely a place like I want to get it straight that I'm not like a comedy snob and I'm not over superly sensitive. I don't think either of us are.
Mm-mm.
And there's definitely a place, especially in our lives, for dark humor.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but the humor part, it has to be funny. And if it is not funny, it is not a joke. And you did a bad job. And you should learn not to do that, you know?
Yeah, don't double down on it. Like, I mean, obviously he's not apologetic. He's just trying to get out of the line of fire, and he's doing a really crappy job of it. Um,
Honestly, I have only seen him. He did the admittance, which I sent the entire thing to you. You read it for a
mhm.
reference. Um,
Yes.
then he decided to once again try to drag Trisha Paytas because, well, honestly, another cis white straight man doesn't understand what the meaning of infertility means and how you can have infertility problems and still have a baby. But it's not about Trisha Paytas because the
Hmm.
different because his going at Trisha Paytas is always like, well, Trisha Paytas is so forgivable and she's been canceled a million times and she does all the same stuff and then you forgive her. And yes, Trisha had a problematic phase where she, was a little too happy to be married to a Jewish man. Okay, leave her a little bit alone. But here's the difference. The difference is Trisha Paytas never doubled down. When people told her it wasn't cool, she stopped. When Moses, her husband, said, "Hey, that's not appropriate. Don't say things like that." As a Jewish person, she listened to him and she corrected her actions. You never do that.
Also, let's just talk about how, I mean, I don't really know about the Trisha Paytas controversies or whatever, but
Oh, she
I would
like went to the
say,
menorah song and everything. She was really, she's doing
okay,
tasteful stuff.
yeah, so is it distasteful? Yes. Is it being a PDF no file?
She used to make
Uh,
people will he'll also say and point to the fact that she made comments about formerly known as Trevi Moran. They're now known differently, but for the sake of conversation, when they were underage. And again, the difference is Trisha Paytas does not double down. She said, "Yeah, no, that wasn't appropriate. I would in no way, shape, or form, actually feel that way towards a child. It was just a bad joke that didn't go over well." And I think really doubling down here is the difference. Um,
yeah.
but like I've talked to several people, including you, we've had this conversation where I think out of all of the bad things we have done as a child or in our lesser years, now being almost 30, in no shape or form have we ever said anything along these lines at any point in time,
Mm-mm.
nor would we. Um, and I don't know if that's just because we're women and we're more aware of like we're gonna have a family eventually, but I don't feel like it's just that. I feel like it's just that. And again, maybe I don't know, maybe wrong here, but common sense. You should know what jokes are jokes, you know. And I feel like that's because nobody is allowed to tell Ethan Klein no. He is stuck in this eternal like cycle of yes men, and nobody is allowed to tell him no. So he's never getting punishment for bad action. He's just seeing it, and he's going ha 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 children, and everyone's going hee 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 hee, and then he's going, oh yeah, that joke was funny. I'm funny, and it's like
Or,
a bad, you know.
maybe it's because he acts so childish that his brain is on this level. I don't know. I can't, as an adult with an adult mind, I cannot rationalize making jokes like that. Even what, 10 or so years ago or whatever, however
It's
long ago.
so hard to say, like, it was 10 years ago, yes, but it was 10 years ago, and 10 years ago, you were still 25.
Hmm. No, what I mean
Oh,
is
I
like,
know what you mean. I'm just saying for the for the devil's advocate part of it, you know.
I mean, things obviously haven't changed, considering the only
Mm,
reason he's cringing is because, oh, old YouTube videos, I cringe. It's like, yeah, we all cringe at ourselves when we're younger, but not for the same reasons, buddy.
yeah. Yeah.
You know, obviously, some of us are genuinely embarrassed by our actions. You have not once said, oh, yeah, that was not tasteful. No, you're like, oh, no, I was trolling, as if that makes it okay.
Yeah.
Also, I think one of those things you sent me was him commenting on a video of a child dancing.
Yes, yes it was.
And it's like, okay, so you're trolling an account of is it the child's parent you're trolling? Why are you, who are you trolling at this point if you're bringing somebody else completely into it?
I believe that the what the context of which I imagine, and again, these posts are so old, they are deleted, they are dead. I don't have the context. I looked for the context as much as I possibly could, guys. So from what I could gather, the video was a meme. So the troll is not even towards anybody particularly. The troll is just towards other child endangerers, question mark? Yeah.
I just, ugh.
Yeah, yeah. Hilarious enough, I didn't even know you could have negative downvotes on Reddit, but thanks, Ethan Klein, because I know you can now. Because you're like, when I say negative consequences too, and I mean the people around him, it's not like this went over well on the internet at the time. He was getting negative like 12, negative 24 downvotes. And
Mm.
again, I didn't even know negative downvotes on Reddit were a thing.
You know, at this point, it's more like he's not trolling the PDF no files. He's trolling people who think that's what he is, and I mean, much like he was trying to say in his quote unquote apology, not apology.
Yes.
It's like you're trying to do that to gain attention for your account. That's sick. That's
Yeah.
not
And
even doing
again,
it.
for context, guys, the account even at the time was self-promoting H3, so it was very violently connected to him. Um, I guess that's why he feels he has no shame and nothing to apologize for because it was always connected to him.
Oh, I'm gonna just troll people and be gross and cringy and disgusting and terrible, and that's gonna get me views.
Yes.
I
But
mean, like,
again, I think that's negative reinforcement because here's the thing, like you know the context of Ethan Klein. I could talk to him about him to you for hours though, but a
I'd rather
running bit
not.
on the H I know, right? A running bit on the H3 podcast, and this happened to famous celebrities they would have on, including Howie Mandel. Ethan Klein would show them a picture of a prolapsed.
Uh-uh. Nope. I don't want
Yes,
to go any further than that.
yes,
Nope. Nope.
correct,
I have an idea of what you're gonna say. I don't want to know. I don't want to see. I
correct,
don't feel. I don't want to. I don't.
yes,
My brain went there. I don't like it. Help.
yes,
Help.
yes, yes,
I need an adult. Wait, I am the adult.
absolutely.
No!
No.
See, no, that's a joke. That's a funny joke. I need an adult. I am the adult. Oh, crap.
Yes,
That's
see?
funny. That's funny. No one's
Or
getting
you know what
hurt.
else is funny? That famous Family Guy joke where Peter is backsassing Lois and he goes, "Well, if I'm a child, then you better watch out because I'm not letting no PDF, no file talk to me no type of way." That's a funny joke. Like, fix your like. I don't know. Comedy used to be an art,
Mm-hmm.
and this
No,
is why I firmly believe you cannot just call yourself a comedian.
he wasn't trying to be funny. He was trying to get attention. And for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, yeah. Um. So again, with that Paige Christie additive, with the story breaking and developing over time right now, um, I guess we're all going to be updated. I hope to God we don't have to talk about this again Because I told Deliri earlier, I've never had material actually make me sick. And I study things, very violent, gross things for my profession, for my career as a detective. So that's saying something.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Ethan Klein is like brain rot, not the funny haha kind that Gen Alpha comes up with, but like genuine brain rotting goo that is festering and disgusting. And I'm sick of hearing his name, truthfully.
Me too.
I'm at the point where I'm just kind of like, okay, I barely know this guy aside from like the little bit that I'm getting. And I'm just, ugh, I'm already sick of it.
I think the big question for our closing, right? I
Mhm.
think the big question on everyone's mind is what should happen now? What should happen with YouTube? YouTube should take some action, right? But what should happen? And I'm not, excuse me, I want to say very clearly, I'm not the type of person. I do not advocate for sponsor shaming. I do not advocate for deplatforming. I think, unfortunately, we have amendment rights that allow you to be an asshole if you would like to be. So I believe I would like to implore you, as the audience, to just stop watching him. And I know the internet is screaming at me right now. I can feel it. It's impossible to look away from the train wreck, to look away. But please, please, if he stops making money, maybe he will shut the fuck up.
Oh, see, I have to give you a quick point before we close, and this is
Oh,
gonna be
yes.
our
Oh,
nice little cliffhanger here. I feel like the problem with that, what you're suggesting, is he'll instead get louder because obviously he doubles down. So instead of going away into the night and being quiet, I feel like he will instead start squawking louder. And
that
that might manifest in similar, if not worse, behaviors. Because remember, we escalate.
I think that's the best thing, though. I think that's the best proven way to treat a
Oh,
narcissist. Yes, because what do narcissists do when you don't give them a reaction? They freak out harder. And the harder he
oh.
struggles, the harder he will fall. Please,
I see
I
what you're doing.
implore.
I see what you're saying. I see it now. I see the vision.
That's my master plan. Honestly, that's all I've got, girl.
Oh. Well, it would be better if he just shut up and, stop. But, we
I
know that's
wish
not
that
gonna
about
happen.
some people we know too, though. So,
Mm, same.
hmm
Hmm.
well, with that, my dears, this has been Two Girls, One Cast. I'm your host, Lulu.
And I'm Deliri.
We love you guys. Bye.
Night. Bye.
Mwah.